Hello guys, in this Python lesson we will learn Python variables. As you know, variables are very important for programming language, and in Python we are also using variables. So what are the variables? Variables are containers that we store data values. So for example, we can assign 5 to A, and here A is a variable, and we assign a value 5 to this A. And we can assign numbers, strings, tuples, etc., sets, dictionaries to a variable, and we should use case sensitive alphabet. So a uppercase A and a lowercase a are different variables. So let's start to do an example about variables and learn these variables better. Here I will assign 5 to A, and then 5 is a number value, and here I will assign a string John to B, and then I will assign a set to ABC, and in this set there will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I will assign a list, a string list to mylist. And yes. And now let's print the values. I will use print function here, print A, and then print B, print ABC, and print mylist. And here, as you can see on the screen, the values are here: 5, John, and the set, and a list. And yes, this is basically how to assign values to variables, to Python variables. So we can change any variable value in a code in different times, multiple times, and we can also change the type of this variable. And for this, let's do an example here. Let's write x is equal, for example, 10, and let's print x. Yes, this 10, and then we can assign, let's write the whole code, or we can assign a string here, John, and then we will assign x a list. And when we print x, the last one will be true, and it will return as list because we assign this list to x lastly. Yes, here. And yes, we can also assign one more variables values in one line. For example, let's say x equal to y equal to z and equal to 100. And here we assign 100 value to z, y, and x. And when we print x, and then when we print y, and then z. And here, as you can see, all these variables has value 100 value. And here let's talk about a function, a type function. and a type function will give us the type of our variable. And to learn this, let's do an example again. I will assign 5 to A, and a string Cisco to B, and a set 1 2 3 4 5 to ABC, and mylist I will assign a string list, router, switch, and firewall. And here we have assigned the values to our Python variables. So now let's print the type of these variables. Print type A. This is type function. Print again type B. And print type ABC. Print type mylist. And here, as you can see on the screen, the first one, A, is integer 5. Second one is string str, and third one is a set, and the last one is a list. We have seen these classes, these types with type function. And yes, these are basically how to use Python variables. And here, before finishing this lesson, I will also show one more example to you. And here I will do a different value assignation here. For example, we have 3 variables, A, B, and list 1. And I would like to assign values to these variables, and I will use comma between these values, 10, 20, and for the last one I will use 1, 2, and 3. And here 10 will be assigned to A, 20 will be assigned to B, and this list will be assigned to list 1. So to see this, let's print A, and then print B, and lastly print list 1. As you can see here, this one line solve our problem, and we have assigned these 3 variable values with one line. And yes, now let's show Python variable names. We have seen different names here, but I will show you also different usage now. And here, for example, we can use, as we have done before, one letter A here, or we can use, this is lowercase, we can also use this one. These are different variables, and we can use a word, and here as you can see there's a lower cases here and upper cases, and we can say that 200, and we can also use a variable name that start with this sign, underline, for example notes. And here I will use a list, Cisco 1000 series, and Cisco 9000 series. And we can also use numbers in variable names, but not at the beginning. We cannot do this, for example. This is not true, but we can do this. Yes, twice 15, and I will assign a string to this variable. And yes, and now let's print a, print a, and print count, print nodes, print twice, and yes, the first one is 5, 10, 200 here, and this is our string list, and this is our string. And yes, these are basically how to use Python variables. And these are some variable names that we can create, and as I mentioned before, we cannot use numbers at the beginning. And yes, this is it. If you like this video, kindly do not forget to like it and subscribe to my channel.